Hi everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at the Revolver RTA. This is by Vandy Vape. It does come with a 3 ml capacity as well as a 5 ml capacity bubble glass. It comes with 3 different variations of airflow, not to mention the bottom airflow ring, which we normally use. And it comes with 3 different drip tip, well, 2 drip tips and a drip tip adapter, so that's always good. You know me, I love options. It is a 25 millimeter RTA, and yeah, let's go ahead and go down and I'll tell you more about it. Okay, so here we are with the Revolver RTA by Vandy Vape. This is the sample package. This is actually the second version. I never did get the first version, so this is the final version. It does say Vandy Vape here. It tells the color. I have it in stainless steel. This is just the sample wording on it. There's nothing else special. You open it up, and here you go. If anybody knows me, they know I love RTAs. RDAs and RTAs are my thing. I'm really excited about this. You've got the RTA. You've also got a bubble glass. With the bubble glass, it holds 5 mils of e-liquid. With the straight glass, it holds 3 mils. And we are going to be changing that out, of course. You also get an extra 810 drip tip. It does come with the frosted. I'm going to leave the frosted on for now. I really like the frosted look to it. I'll probably change it out at a later date with one of mine because it is 810 compatible, so you can use any of your 810 drip tips. So I will probably change that out later. But for now, we're going to leave that one because I do like the frosted too. It also comes with 1 fused Clapton. It's a pre-built fused Clapton. It does have the measurements here. It is made with Kanthal, and it's got a recommended power range, and the ohms is a 0.3. I'm actually going to use my own. It's a nice coil, but I'm really partial to my favorite coils, so I'm going to be using my Coil Clout coil. And then in the package, we do have the quality certificate. I do not have a manual because, again, this is a sample package. We do have 2 screwdrivers, a flathead and a Phillips head. You've got some O-rings, a 510 drip tip adapter, and some extra screws. This is actually for the deck, which I will show you. And yeah, so we'll put that away and let's go ahead and get started on this RTA. I'm very excited. Okay, so on the RTA, the bottom, this is a 25 millimeter RTA. It does say Revolver, and it's got serial number and then designed and manufactured by Vandy Vape. It's got Steven Zahn's signature there. You've also got a protruding 510 pin. Again, you do have a removable frosted drip tip. This one is a little bit shorter than the black Delrin one that they give you. So you do have your option. If you want it a little bit taller, you can use this one. If not, you can always use the frosted like I'm going to. It is a top fill. I do love this knurling on top. I love the design. I think that it's just, I don't know. When you see it in person, you'll see it. But it's really nice. So it is top fill. You've got 2 huge slots to fill through on either side, never down the middle. In addition to that, they do give you a little piece, which we're going to be taking apart in a minute, but they give you a little piece inside for the TPD compliance, which I think is awesome. Vandy Vape, that's awesome. You do have airflow slits. Whatever you do to one side, it does happen to the other, and they are on a stopper. And take off the bottom here. This is your build deck, which we'll go over in a minute. To remove your glass, I suggest touching the side of the inside first and moving the glass just to loosen it up so that you don't have to worry about breaking it. It just makes it a little bit looser that way. Doing that and moving it back and forth, you get your glass off. This is that extra piece. This is to make it TPD compliant. I'm not going to need this because I want the full 5 mil capacity. This is all one piece. You do have an O-ring up here and you've got an O-ring on the base. To put on your bubble glass, all you need to do is just go ahead and put it on. And it's on. There you go. With the bubble glass, it is 5 mil capacity, 3 mil with the straight glass, which is never enough for Wendy. So we'll go ahead and put that aside. This is the build deck. If you notice, it does have this little revolving thing here. That's why they call it Revolver. That's actually your airflow. You're going to have multiple types of airflow. This is your screw. It is Phillips or flathead. To use it, it looks to be like a ceramic piece there where your coil leads are going to go in. You've got your airflow or your wicking slots right here and right here. You want to make sure that you're not, what do you call it? Strangling, or not strangling, choking. You want to make sure that you're not choking your wicks when you're putting them down there. Because if you do, you will get dry hits because the juice will not be able to get up. The juice is going to travel through here, wet your wicks, go up and wet your coil. And this screw right here, this is actually for you to change the, if you notice right there, let's see, let's zoom in just a little bit more. This is for you to change the airflow options. It's got a little flat head here. And see, it'll change it right like that. So you do have the honeycomb. This is going to give you about 12 different holes. This way the air is going up and also on the sides. You can change it to the 2 slots. Well, let me get to the 2. The 2 horizontal slots. These are bigger than the honeycomb to give you that option. Or you have the 3, which should be giving you a lot more airflow only because you've got it directly up and then on the sides as well. And they look to be pretty big. I'm going to be trying it out a couple ways for you. I'm actually going to start it out. I do like honeycomb, but I'm going to start it out with the 2. We're going to build on it this way. And then up top, I'll go ahead and change it over to the 3 and we'll check that out. I'm not going to do the honeycomb. Well, I might as well start with the, all right, fine. I'm going to start with the honeycomb because you asked. All right, so we'll start with the honeycomb. We'll go ahead and put this on a mod and let's go ahead and start building. So I do have my Angel and Demon mod, of course, my lovely, lovely mod. This is by Big Mike's Box Mods. I do have the link to their information down below. This was actually custom made for me. I provided the photos and they made my box. So just in case you haven't seen that, I'll also, I've got a review on that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there. And now all we need to do is loosen up this screw here. If I can hold that there. There we go. Just loosen that up. And then there we go. And our coils are actually going to go in here on either side. Lift that up a little bit. There we go. We've got room now. And that just pops up like that. See? All right. So for the coil, I was actually going to be using my own frames, my own fused Clapton, but I just remembered that I got these in today from Coil Clout, and not these, sorry, these. That was my fused Claptons. The frame staple is like my favorite, and I had run out a while ago and I forgot to order more. So besides my fused Clapton, this is my second favorite. So we're going to be using this in this build this time. And these are actually, I've got all the specs right there for you if you want to go ahead and pause the video. But he makes all different kinds. Aliens, the frame staple, the Frailians, the fused, everything that you need, you can get from him. So his information is down below. Again, that is Coil Clout. And that is just my favorite. So my personal favorite, and that's the way I like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this coil in. Raise this up a little bit. Come on. Raise up for me. There we go. And put the other one in. I think I have to lift this up just a little bit more. Let's unscrew this just a little bit more. I was hoping not to unscrew it too much because I don't want, there we go. Yeah, that'll be perfect right there. There we go. And put our coil leads in there. Oh yeah, see, it fits perfectly. So I want to try to center it so that it's right in the middle. So right about there. And I'm going to tighten that down. There we go. Nice and tight. If I can stay, I really hate flatheads. I really do. As I do that every single time. There we go. Okay, so we've got that in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and measure my airflow. So it's right above the airflow. It's not too high and not too low. So I like it right there. I'm going to go ahead and clip my leads. Let me get my handy dandy cutters. And you want to make them as flush as possible. There's one. And there is two. Right in the finger. That's where I like it. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start burning these. Let me just make sure that my coil is straight because you know that that will drive me crazy if it's not. There we go. And it looks good to me. So there we go. So let's go ahead and start dry burning this. I love to watch this part. The glowing is like what gets me all the time. I love the glowing. Okay. Let's go ahead and start burning that. Get my tweezers out. Oops, get it in camera. When I'm going to get my tweezers, I'm like looking there. Squeeze those a little bit. Oh yeah, see the blues already coming out? That's why I think I love these coils so much. I've never had coils turn such pretty blues and purples before I got with Coil Clout. Once I found his coils, that was it. I was done. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna let that cool down. We'll get some cotton and wick this baby up. Okay, and for today's cotton, we're gonna be using my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. That's the kind that I always use, so why not? It's my favorite cotton ever. These are 3mm diameter coils, so it should be easy to wick. There we go here, pull that through. Okay, tighty. A little bit tight, but not too tight. And then we're gonna get our favorite tweezers. Definitely my favorite tweezers. There we go. Pull that through. I'm just gonna fluff it out a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna cut this and then fluff it. It's a little bit shorter to fluff. There we go. Fluff that out a little bit. We don't want it too thinned out because we do need it to not leak. So we're just gonna thin it out like that. Just gonna go like this. This is one of those that less is, or more is less, or more is safer. So what I'm gonna do is just measure from the wicking channel, which is right there. I don't want it to go all the way down. So I'm just gonna cut it a little bit more. I just want it to barely sit in the channel, but not tightly. Let's just grab that and put it right there. There we go. It's not tight, there's still room. And there's still room underneath for liquid to get in and wet that cotton. That's good there. Let's check this side. Grab that, put that in there. Oh yeah, it's not too tight, but it's snug perfectly. And there we go there. It's showing a little bit more here, but if you notice, there's still a lot of room. So let's get these stragglies out because you know Wendy doesn't like those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our juice that we're going to be using. And for today's juice, I am going to use my Vape Girl Vixens. Very obsessed. If you know me at all, you know that I love, love, love this stuff. I actually have a review. It's about a year old, but I still love it just like when I did that review. I still vape it. I still buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and heat up the coils with this because I do like to prime up my coils by putting some e-liquid on the coils to make sure that it's actually getting to the cotton that is in the coil. That way there's no dry hits or no cotton flavor because the cotton's already wet within the coil and then out. Look at how pretty that is. That's so pretty. A little bit over here. Oh my goodness, I can smell it. Some over here. If I put it in the dropper, duh. There we go. A little bit on the coil. All right, so all we're gonna do now, I do have the honeycomb open for now. As you can see, we're gonna try it with the honeycomb, and then after the honeycomb, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to the 2 slots and then the 3 slots, and we'll see how we do. So let's go ahead and put the glass on. Just gonna screw that down. And I know that you don't have to with this RTA, but for me, I always close down my airflow whenever I'm filling up an RTA. That's just what I'm used to. That's what I do, and that's what I like to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. And take off the top. And this is like the best part here. These holes are like massive. You know what? Let's just pour some in here. There we go. That's much easier, isn't it? That's how massive they are. Just pour it in. Oops, it's out of focus. Get in focus. There we go. And put the top on. And there we go. It looks great on my box. So we're gonna go ahead, take it up top. We're gonna have a vape and change out the airflow, and then I'll tell you my pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top, and I do have it with the honeycomb airflow as I showed you. So we're gonna go ahead and vape that, and then I'll change it out. Very, very good flavor. And I'm gonna tell you, it reminds me of another RTA by Vandy Vape that is one of my favorite ones. So yeah. The coil is coming out to a 0.21. And I have it on 55 watts and pretty good airflow and clouds. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust it, and yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Take that off. Take out the base. It's this easy, like literally this easy. I mean, you're not gonna do this all the time. Once you find one that you like, you're gonna leave it that way. But until then, until you find the one that you like, you can do it any way you want. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. And this is the 2 airflows now. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't, but I did do the 2 slits. Those are the horizontal. So I'm going to put it back together. And then we'll try it that way. Put it back on the mod. Okay, and let's try this one. This is the 2 horizontal. Even more airflow. My AC just kicked in too. I want to say that the flavor just bounced up too. Very, very nice. I'm going to try the 3 now because Wendy usually likes really a lot of airflow. So I'm going to take it off and let's go ahead and change out the airflow again. It's this easy. This is why I like these kind of RTAs. You can literally still have juice in your tank and you can change your coil. You can re-wick. I love devices like this. This to me is a huge pro. I don't like being stuck where I have to either get rid of my liquid or dump it out and then change it. So this to me is always a pro with these type of RTAs. And let's go ahead and change this now. Oops, let's go the other way. In there we go. Honeycomb. Now we've got the 3, or yeah, the 3. All right, let me see if you can see that one. There, got the 3 there. And we'll put it back together. And let's do this. Okay, so we're back together. Put that back on there. And I think it looks so hot on my Angel and Demons box. It really does. I'm loving that. Okay, so, and again, I haven't changed my wattage. I'm still at 55 watts. This is definitely the airflow for me. It's the other ones to me aren't restrictive. The honeycomb's more restrictive, but not like you feel it restrictive. It's just a lighter airflow. The middle one, I like that one a lot. If it wasn't for the 3, I would have picked the 2. But the 3, definitely, I like the 3. I love airy vapes. The airier, the better. So for me, it's the 3 slots that went out for the different airflows. Pros, I'm going to say drip tip options. You've got 2 810 drip tips, whichever one you want. Plus it's 810 compatible. You can use any of your Goon style or aftermarket drip tips. It comes with a 510 drip tip adapter, just in case that's the way that you like to vape. It's easy to build on. As you noticed, I built it, I wicked it. As long as you don't choke the wicking, you're gonna have it fine. It's gonna wick beautifully. You're not gonna get any dry hits. If you notice that you have any dry hits, just take out a little bit of the cotton or make it shorter, a little bit shorter, if that's the problem. You don't want to overstuff it. That's a big no-no. I love the bubble glass. I think that it looks hot, hot, hot. I love the bubble glass on this. 5 ml capacity is good for me. I'm not into 3, and I don't like the straight glass. So for me, I would prefer the bubble glass. And I like that they give you a variation, because some people don't like the bubble. Some people like the bubble, like me. I like that. I like that they make it TPD compliant. So you've got that little piece there that you can put in or leave in if you are following the TPD compliance. I like all the tools that come with it, and it brings your own coil for you. So basically, if you've got cotton and juice and you get this, you're ready to go. The price point is not bad either. I actually found it for $32.99, and I found it at My VPro or Vapor DNA. I will leave those links down below. The revolving airflow, I love, love, love that. I think that that is so unique and innovative, because there are people that I've actually recommended different RTAs, and sometimes they're not airy enough, or sometimes they're too airy. And people want to have that choice. I feel like that's going to be a huge plus for this. I think that's going to make this a really popular RTA for that reason. I mentioned earlier that the flavor on this and the airflow competes with another one of my favorites. That's the Kenzie RTA. The Kenzie RTA has been my favorite for a really, really long time. The maximum milliliter capacity for juice is only 4 mils, and I didn't like that, but I like this. The flavor on here, I want to say, is just as good, maybe just slightly better in my opinion. I do like, Kenzie was my favorite. It was really, other than my Aromizer Plus, Kenzie was my favorite. That's the one I've always recommended. This one, if you like single coils, this is it. If you like dual coils, I would recommend the Kenzie. But it's super easy to build on, super easy to wick. You can change it out. Gosh, I don't even know what else. Okay, so that's my pros. The cons, I wish that there was a way that you can actually change the revolving part without having to take it apart. Not that it's hard, and not that you can't do it and not lose juice, but just having that ease of doing it, I think would be better. But it's not hard, and it's not causing a problem. So either way, it's like a subjective con. I think that's about it for me. Yeah, that I can't find any other cons for this. I love the looks of it. I think that it's amazing. I love the knurling on this. The knurling on this and the design is great. Yeah, let's have another vape. I love frosted drip tips, so this to me is a pro. But I can change out my drip tip if I want to. So I'm gonna bump this up a little bit, because now that I have more air, I can. Ha! This has jumped for me. This is literally taken the place of the Kenzie, and it's crazy because it's a single coil, and I prefer dual coil RTAs, but this doesn't feel like a single coil RTA. That's what I love about it. It feels like if you're vaping a dual coil RTA, but it's not. So it's really, really user-friendly, very simple, very easy. I would definitely recommend this, even for like a newer vapor that's getting into building. It comes with the coils. As long as you follow the, my tutorial in the sense of heating up your coils, making sure that it's glowing evenly, making sure that you're wicking it correctly, I think that you can do this. So yeah, so that's about it. I've got all the social media and the links where you can get this down below, so you can find me anywhere. And I'll see you on the next one.